Hey guys, what's going on? It's Captain Multiverse, joined with a new guest, of course. So we have Rebecca here, who has been on many well, not many yet, but like she's been on many streams so far. And so Valentine's Day was yesterday, so I got to be with my lovely girlfriend. If you guys had not seen her in any streams yet, we went to go see Crime 101 for Valentine's Day. But before we get into the review, there's something we have to talk about first. So, look, guys, we went to the movies. It's Valentine's Day. We know all the couples want to go out and you go have a fun time and do what they gotta do. But this is for parents, not for like specific couples. Parents, you need to take better care of your children and supervise them better, and teach them the importance of values and not to do theft or to steal anything. Because when we got to the movie theater yesterday, people were in our seats. Like, you were in my seat, bro. Like, what is going on? And it was not cool. And then they turned into musical chairs, and people were swearing at the theater staff, and like, it's not cool, man. It's not a good look. And just so you guys know the real consequences of the world, if you guys are caught in this act, I used to work at the movie theater, you will be trespassed and you will be arrested. There are, like Doctor Strange, like Mortar said in Doctor Strange, the bill comes due. There will still be, and John Wick says, and I even make this clip in the video, the consequences and rules. There are consequences and rules. And from Keanu Reeves' mouth himself, it exists. It's real. But anyway, guys, that was a little annoying. But with that being said, we're gonna get right into the review. But I wanted to give you a little PSA here, just so you guys know it's a little ridiculous. Now we're gonna do something a little different. This review is gonna be joint our thoughts together. But we're gonna do this such a different way that I'm gonna ask Rebecca something almost like an interview, and then she's gonna basically like lead a little bit, and then we're gonna talk back and forth on the story. We're gonna start with the plot, and then we're gonna talk about the portions. We'll have this divided up, right? So we'll talk about the characters,
sections.
Sections. Yes. Sorry, she can correct me sometimes, and that's wonderful. So we will have characters, plot. We'll have our score at the end, and we can have our own individual scores. We can also talk about whether we agree on the same score. If we have a different score, it's okay. But I think we're gonna be pretty close to the same. So all right, guys. Rebecca, what is the plot of Crime 101? Explain the story as best you can.
And you put me on the spot as usual.
If that's too hard to start,
no, it's not. Okay. It's just yours.
All right, no worries.
Really. Give me a minute.
Just takes me a second.
Yeah, not been on video.
Yeah, it's okay. This is new for her. I'll do this once we fill in the blanks. I'll start, and then you can jump in when you feel like it. So, Crime 101 is the latest espionage type theft thriller, which is funny because we mentioned there was actual theft in and out of the movie. So the movie, I forget who the director is. I'll have to look it up later, but it's not important. But just know that this movie has a star-studded cast, and we'll get to the cast in a minute because we have to talk about that with the characters later, and the performances. But right now in the overall story, it stars Chris Hemsworth, it stars Mark Ruffalo, it stars Barry Keoghan, it stars Nick Nolte,
Halle
Berry, yes, all the cast, all the people you love. It's kind of funny. You got 3 Marvel actors, a Star Wars actor, and surprisingly, a DC actor. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana says. But yeah, so the movie is, Chris Hemsworth is a thief, and he's not a traditional thief where like
he's a thief with morals.
Yeah, he's a thief with morals. He's not the type of thief where like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you, rob you blind, do horrible things to you. He is a thief, but it's not necessarily by just choice or like, I love doing this. He's trying to get out of the game, and he's trying to just make the best life for himself because he had a horrible life when he was younger. And Chris Hemsworth in general, when we talk this character, he plays a very interesting character. I thought his voice did not sound like Thor. He is still Hemsworth, but he had a very unique. They did a really good job giving them the actors directions on how to play these characters and inputting different things. Each of these actors do not feel like they're just, hey, it's the actor from this movie, or it's the actor from this popular franchise.
Yeah.
They put their own spin on it. They play characters, and it's great.
They're their own people.
Yeah, and so this movie is like, so just for you guys, so you guys understand, this is not your average, like it's not a shoot 'em up movie. It's not a hand-to-hand combat type movie. It is an espionage movie.
And the title is misleading.
Yes, it is misleading. There is one chase sequence. It's kind of cool. But unfortunately, I missed it. I had to watch it on YouTube earlier today, actually.
Oh, did
to
you
see.
see it?
I
Okay.
did. I looked at it. It's pretty cool. So I wanted to make sure I was ready for the review. So that was really cool. But the thing that makes this movie shine, I think its strength is intrigue and performances. There's really interesting, like for instance, there's multiple parts of the movie and there's multiple actors that stand out. I think that because he is the lead, Hemsworth is by far the most interesting character. His character, his name was James, first Mike, then James, because he has different
James, then
identities.
Mike.
Yeah, so James, then Mike, because Mike was his fake identity.
Yeah.
James,
Mike is.
But yeah, so either way, he is a great character in this movie, and he's like I said, it's interesting to have a thief with moral, because there is a thief in this movie that will just shoot you dead and will not care, played by Barry Keoghan, again, freaking Joker wannabe, or you said, I love it, she said Sanjay wannabe, which I thought was funny because he was blonde. I was not used to this man being blonde after watching him in his little cameo in the Batman. But yeah, so great, star-studded cast. One of the funnest, most interesting aspect of this movie is Hemsworth, whether he's talking to hookers or talking, or talking, or like trying to get a date, like, trying to, when you look at Chris Hemsworth, you're all buff and like crazy. He's really playing a character in this movie because you literally get to see him like not know how, like, asking girls out in weird ways and like having a conversation, struggling to tell people about his life because his life is so secret. Like, what do you do for a job? Oh yeah, stuff.
I'm a software engineer or something.
You think of it as vague as possible, and that's what you get. It's as vague as you could possibly imagine, and it's really entertaining. So I really like that aspect. I think Halle Berry's story on the legal side of things is really interesting. Trying to work with a company. I think she has a pretty
Plays
interesting...
for insurance.
Yeah, insurance company. And they kind of play off the thing that, in business today, women are still getting the short end of the stick, and you see that played up, and I think that's really cool. And then Ruffalo is like, goes from, I'm a guy that is about to be divorced by my wife, but I've been following this lead where I think I got this guy. I have a theory, this guy is it, I know it. And I was like, well, that's not going to do any good numbers for us, so it doesn't care. So he's just getting dismissed left and right. His own partner is dismissing him. He feels very much like the Lethal Weapon character. Like, I'm getting too old for this shit. Like, kind of like vibe of just like he's literally sitting here like, hey, I'm the old cop, I'm the good cop, I'm the only one with the morals here, trying to do everything right in the end. And Ruffalo does a really good job. And it's been a while since I've seen Ruffalo other than being Banner and Hulk in a movie where I'm like, yeah. He's really good. Like, I like where his arc goes as the movie goes on.
Yeah, part of the whole dynamic between Ruffalo and Hemsworth, honestly, is part of what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Because mainly
Husband Thor.
Yes, I know.
Which is funny, and I know they did that on purpose.
Yes,
because they had such great bond in Ragnarok.
Yes.
So it's like,
But basically, with that being said, it's like in the movie, it's like he knows for a fact that he's actually following the right person, and he doesn't have any proof, unfortunately. But you see Hemsworth do these crimes and do these thefts, and he never does hurt anybody, and that is a major play for what Ruffalo follows with him as a detective.
Yeah, and it's like, so once again, like, it is one of those intriguing things with like different characters playing up performances. Different times, like Chris Hemsworth just following like Halle Berry different places and like running in, then Ruffalo's there, we're running into each other. Yoga. It's just funny how it all kind of fits together as a puzzle, and we know who these actors are. But one of the biggest things that Hollywood has had issues with is a lot of people see these big actors from these big projects. Like, why are we getting these big actors from these big franchises when I'm just going to think of them as this? But
you don't get that in this movie.
You don't get that in this movie because each of these actors brings their A game. You are reminded that Halle Berry is more than Storm.
Yep.
Chris Hemsworth is more than Thor. Ruffalo is more than Hulk.
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan is more than his little cameo in Joker. Even though Barry Keoghan isn't that much of a character, he's more of like a MacGuffin for the movie, where he's kind of like, well, Chris Hemsworth won't do what Nick Nolte wants to be done.
Yeah.
So hey, every time I'm gonna be here, I need to explain from how I'm going from point A to point B over here. So I'm over here, and so I'm this guy.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting because once again, our lead character does not kill people. So it's like that kind of causes the problem. Because one of the jobs, one of the heists they have to do.
As a matter of fact, in the beginning, he actually puts a guy in the trunk, and he even says there's water in the trunk.
Yeah. Yeah, he literally does. He commits. It's bad. He steals from people, but he doesn't.
Couriers.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't hurt anyone or do anything bad. He has a thing about violence, and so it's really interesting. Now, when you crescendo towards the end of the movie, that does change for the right reasons, but not because it's a theft thing. He's becoming a dark path because he has to save someone.
Yes.
And so they build this really great rep, and that's how you really see the relationship between the two crescendo between Ruffalo and him, which is great. Now, the only problem with this film, because I do think the film is very good, the only issue it suffers from is it does have, I think all the story elements work, but it does have pacing issues.
Yeah.
You will not be bored, but you will be like, I think we've been going a little long here.
If I remember correctly, wasn't the movie like 2 hours and 20-something minutes?
Yeah, 2 hours and 20-something minutes.
And the pacing could have been a little faster.
Yeah, you feel it. You kind of feel it. You're kind of like, okay,
you definitely feel it towards the middle of the movie.
Yeah, but overall, it's a very solid movie. I don't think it's as strong of a movie as like Send Help, because Send Help had like no flaws when we watched it.
No.
But like, I feel this one, I think the pacing is significant enough that it does not super hurt the rating, but it is a critique. It's not just me critiquing it for critiquing it. It's a valid criticism, and it's worthy, and I think that's why this could have been like a 9.7 or a 10, and it comes down to like, I would put it at like an 8.5 for me personally. I think that's where I'm at. I think it's almost a 9, but it's just that little pacing is the issue.
Yeah.
So I feel like the 8.5 is where it's got to stay, because it's like But yeah, it's like
I can completely agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like it's really that thing. It's just the 8.5 is only because of the pacing. If it didn't have the pacing problem, everything else is great. All the actors are amazing in the movie. They all bring something new to it. It's if you guys are into these kind of movies, I definitely recommend it. A lot of people say, "Oh, would you still go support this in theaters, or would you go wait for it on streaming?" I think you should go see it in theaters, because I think if you get one of your buddies with you or whatever, or your significant other, you guys might have a good time. It's gonna spark really interesting conversations.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked in the movie was there's this girl that Hemsworth is going on dates with.
Oh yeah.
And they have a thing in the movie that to learn about each other, they start playing question games. And that's something me and her did when we first started our relationship. And still do to this day.
I noticed that really quickly too. It was like, hey, wait a minute.
It's like we say in my favorite show, Reacher, right? Details matter. And so she picked up on the details, and she's quite good at it. So yeah, guys.
There's also one more thing. Don't mind me. One more detail about that too is whenever he was in the restaurant with her and she was talking to him.
Yeah.
You remember there's a lot of psychology factors too in it, because he's lying to her.
Yep.
And you can tell he's lying to her because based on psychology, he doesn't look at her.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of an interesting detail.
I think one of the most interesting aspects of this movie that makes it so good is I don't remember a movie I've seen in a long time where you can literally say there never has to be a sequel for it, because the ending
perfectly.
is just perfect. Yeah. Everything ends the way that it should end, and you're just like Thanos says, perfectly balanced is all things should be. Like it's perfect. You literally have everything, like Homelander says, it was perfect. It was perfect right down to the last minute detail, except for that pacing issue.
Yeah.
But like literally, it's fantastic. Like you'll enjoy it. You'll have good conversations with your friends. I mean, in a year where Hollywood is kind of still trying to get their footing back, still trying to figure everything out, this is a good step in the right direction, showing that this isn't Dune 5 with Dave Bautista and all those other like weird actors we love so much just being thrown in here for the sake of, hey, it's an MCU actor in a big project.
It didn't feel like they were just throwing them in there just to throw them in there.
It definitely is. Yeah. It definitely is. I couldn't help myself though when I saw Hemsworth and Ruffalo together. We know each other. He's a friend from work. but overall, jokes aside, it's a fantastic movie.
It is.
Go see it. I think we're both pretty firm on the rating. You should buy it on Blu-ray and 4K after you watch it in theaters when it drops. Pay attention to the movie and go back to the theaters And for the love of God, do not bring your teenagers to your dang theater and ruin people's enjoyment. Like, and movie theaters in general do better.
Yeah.
I am a paying customer. I did not get any free passes for my time being interrupted.
No.
You can do better.
Yeah.
I believe in you. Like Deadpool says, what happened was a dick move, and it should not have happened. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's Captain Multiverse and Rebecca signing off. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.